Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Rasan, and today I actually have another Hot Toys review, which I haven't done in a while. I think the last one I did was probably a month ago, which I actually did the Miles Morales one from the PS4, PS5 video game. I actually have a new one. I want to do a kind of different format with this, with me actually unboxing it. Actually like this. It's actually the Marty McFly from Back to the Future, the Part 1 one. Now, of course, you don't have a Doc Brown actually go with this, which doesn't come out till 2023. And actually, you see the front of it. You see this iconic poster of Marty McFly. And I don't know why they chose this one because it doesn't come with the glasses, which I'm probably gonna try to pick up the glasses and the guitar on the aftermarket and see how much store it's going for. Last time I looked, it was going for a pretty steep price that I really wasn't trying to pay for a guitar and glasses. But I mean, we'll see as it goes on. You see it's coming with the actual DeLorean. Actually, on the side of it, it says Marty McFly and Einstein. This is actually a set. MMS 57316 scale collectible set. Since it is a set, she says Back to the Future, Marty McFly, Einstein, MMS 57316 scale collectible figure. See, it says the back of it. Say the same thing up here. On the top it says Back to the Future. On the bottom it says BTTF. He has the flux capacitor and the DeLorean right here. Says the same thing. Marty McFly, MMS 57316 scale collectible figure. This is a Hot Toys movie masterpiece. It's actually in a movie masterpiece series. It's actually all their movies and stuff like that. Actually pulling this out, and I actually did a live unboxing of this. So it's not my first reaction of this, but I actually did a live unboxing of this, which you should check out on my channel. I try to link it inside the description of this video. As you can see right here, this looks fantastic. You see it says November 5th, 1955. I hope there's not a glare on that. 2021, October 26, 1985, November 5th, 1955. Because they actually went back and forth to it, and they actually went to the future and the past in Part 1 and Part 2. It's actually from the DeLorean, which they actually just announced the DeLorean, I believe it was like yesterday or something. Which they actually just announced, which I can't wait to actually pick that up and have it go with my Doc and Marty. Now, this is actually a reissue, which I actually didn't pick up the original one. Now, if I had the original one, I mean, I maybe would think about picking this one actually up, but probably not. Just for me personally, because I don't have the, like, there's no point in me spending all the money trying to pick up multiple figures and stuff like that. But you see, pull them out, just give them my first impressions of the figure. See, I mean, it just looks absolutely amazing. And they got the height difference perfectly on this figure. I got my thing actually coming out a little bit. Let's try to leave that alone. I just gotta cut that. So it's actually like road jeans or something. But they actually got the height difference perfectly. This is a lot shorter than a lot of my 6-scale figures. If you don't know, Back to the Future is my favorite movie of all time. I actually love this movie. And just give my impressions of this figure. Now, I think it's probably what's great if somebody waited on this other than go back and pick that up, even though the price dropped tremendously because they reissued it. But because this head sculpt is actually way better than that first one. I thought the first one, I mean, you can see it, but it's really not there. The head sculpt is just not there. I thought that, actually, somebody say him and Luke Skywalker, they haven't got perfectly yet, which I completely agree with. I don't think they got them perfect. I don't think this is perfect, but I think this is really there, spot on. I think this is probably like 85%. The other one was probably 70%. I don't think it was really that there. And I guess the head shape of it is different on the first one than actually this one, but I thought it was great to actually wait on. And another thing, they actually give you extra buttons, because I heard a lot of these buttons fall off. Hopefully none of my buttons actually fall off. I'm not really having any difficulties other than this pants thing. I don't know if you can actually see that on the camera. It's actually sticking out. I don't want that to become a thing. But of course, you look at his Nikes, which they're actually supposed to be Nikes, but they aren't Nikes because they don't want to pay the licensing fee for it, which I don't understand because other companies get licenses for it, but I guess Hot Toys doesn't want to, either they can't get it or they don't want to pay it, because I've seen other companies have like Everlast or like a whole bunch of other brands on it. So I wish Hot Toys would actually do that. And actually, when I get into more accessories, you can actually see that they didn't put the brands on it. It was actually sticker decals, or somebody came out a few years ago. I actually seen a YouTube video on it, which I hope they actually redo that, or maybe I can just find the decals. You can actually put it on, which I'll show later, on the skateboard and the book bag and stuff. You see it comes with the pins and stuff, but it looks straight out of the movie. He actually has stopwatch already on. I don't want to continue to play with this. I don't want to actually lose this. You can actually see that on there. You guys are actually looking at his stopwatch. So this is actually one of his accessories which I'll probably go more in detail once I get into the accessories, but I didn't want to keep leaving it out so I won't lose it, because it's actually a really small piece. But next up, I actually get into, well, this is not an accessory, so I guess I might as well just talk about this right now. It's actually Einstein, which I heard a lot of people say that he's bad or something like that. I don't see people's problem with this Einstein. I really don't see their problem with it. I think he's great. I guess people just wanted something different or expected something more. Maybe they expected real fur, which I don't know how that works. I never had a Chewbacca, so I guess that's how Chewbacca is with the Han Solo 2-pack. I don't know when they're gonna reissue that, but I guess that's how that is. But you can't have a stopwatch up until you actually get the Doc Brown figure, which would make you want to pick that up. Which I don't know why they didn't have Einstein come with Doc Brown instead of him, which I guess they wanted to. It's not, they don't want to say it's a reissue. They want to switch it up because he doesn't come with the guitar or glasses, which I want both of those. I mean, he needs both of those as accessories. I mean, some of these accessories are lower tier than the guitar and the glasses, but that's just to me personally. But I think this figure is fantastic, and as accessories, as a double set, that's why the price was a little higher than Hot Toys usually be. You see, he has some really nice weight to him as well. But them paired up together, which I'll show later on, it looks fantastic. But next up, actually getting to the accessories of the figure. And actually getting into the accessories, let me move Einstein out the way. Get into that more later. But getting to the accessories, you see a range of accessories. Now, this is some of the best accessories that I think you'll ever see inside any Hot Toys figure, period. And actually starting out, I'll actually start out with the base. With this one, which I don't understand. I guess because this is the old retro style figure, which actually is upside down on the actual thing, but I don't know why they want this style with it. Just a plain one. I actually have some older figures which actually look and seem like this, but I don't know why they went this route with it. I actually probably won't ever be using this base. I mean, because of this waist grabber type thing. I actually see if I can look through my figures and see if I can find one which actually has the up and down one. With that'll be the one that I actually be using, which I actually show inside this video. I actually will get it, but I won't be using this. This will just damage the figure. I don't know why they gave us this one. I just really don't understand that at all. I think they need to find a way to actually make this magnetic in some type of way. I don't know how to actually do that, especially with the Spider-Man and stuff, with the flight pools and stuff like that. But I feel like they needed to find a way just to upgrade this and actually fix this for the betterment of the figures. This just damaged the figures. And actually getting into more accessories, one of my favorites in here, like I said, the decals which you can actually put on here, which I will check out. You have to put it on here because all these supposed to be logos and stuff, but they just blinked it out because of licensing issues. You see the wheels actually spin. Now that's the great detail about Hot Toys. Why it's so worth actually picking all this stuff up, because this is a little details to actually put on there. And yeah, but you're looking at this is fantastic. As you see right here, absolutely love this. Next, you see, getting into another accessory. You actually have his book bag, which you guys can zip up and close, which actually gets stuck like an actual book bag during the live stream. She got stuck. You'll see this type of like platter material right here, especially red and orange, which actually supposed to be a logo right here. And it's actually a one strap book bag. I actually show them with the book bag on inside this video as well, but that looks great as well. See his book bag. Look like it came straight from out the movie. Get into another accessory. This is actually accessories that's actually inside there. And actually, looking at this, just get a Walkman, which actually pulls all the way up and stuff like that. You put it over his head with the headphones. You see the Walkman right here, as you can see. Look at him. You see, it kind of has some watering on there a little bit. Now, I've never seen a Walkman in person, so I have no idea what it actually looks like. But this looks great with him actually putting in the tape and him actually listening to The Power of Love inside the beginning of part 1 in actually a movie. And this one, I think this is the greatest detail of all, because they did not have to put this much detail on here. This is actually a thicker type of material. This is actually supposed to be folded up. And this is Save the Clock Tower. Clock Tower struck by lightning, which I believe was 30 years before. Yeah, it was actually 30 years before. She saved the clock tower during the dance where his mom and father back. Now it actually says, I love you 555-4823. So I think it's great detail by Hot Toys. They did not have to add this to it, but they actually did add that to it, which from actually mean I believe her name was Jennifer inside the beginning of the movie. It was actually in part 2 as well, when they actually seen the future selves. And probably my favorite accessory is actually this camera. I think this is great. Look like you can trace out of the movie, which he actually took back to 1955 to actually show Doc Brown his death and everything, which Doc Brown didn't want to see, which actually ended up saving Doc Brown in the end. But this looks great right here. You see, actually put the tape in. I've never seen a camcorder like this, because of course I wasn't born in like the 80s and everything like that. And I never seen any of this type of stuff. He's Walkmans or his cameras and stuff, but I think it's still great detail because I actually know what they look like, even though I never seen them in the actual person. But I think this is more great detail in this. You guys can see if I get the focus. See the red. And you see the actual camera right there. And actually getting into the last accessory, his actual hands. You can see this is like a grasping hand, which I believe is for holding skateboard, probably. Or maybe the Walkman just holding inside his hand. I don't know what you actually hold this for, but you actually can see he can hold something inside his hand right there. This is actually an open hand for him actually riding the skateboard. Right there. The open hand, wide open, riding the skateboard. And right there, from him actually holding, just see a grasping hand right here. You see the detail on his hand. You actually can feel it. I think Hot Toys has got even better. It was actually more feeling realistic and stuff like that. I think they've gotten even better with that aspect to it, just to me personally. I don't know if they actually got better, but it just looks like they actually got better with that. And actually, you see the other hand from actually fisted right here. Kind of a fisted hand with him actually open a little bit. Another one just like that. Another fisted type. And another one just grasping hand. And next time I actually get into articulation of the figure. Oh yeah, actually getting into the stopwatch as well. She is already on his wrist. It's really not enough to say. This is a black circle type thing. It's really not no detail really to that. They could have added a little more detail actually to that. And actually getting into articulation, you actually see his arms actually move up. This for a double jointed right here. You get some ab crunch right here. You actually get that. Of course, double jointed knees. Really not much to say with the articulation. You can do whatever you want with it. There's really no restriction on it. I mean, he does have the layered clothes, but there's really no hindering of articulation other than just his clothes, as you can see right here. Other than just his clothes, there's no hindering of articulation at all. You can do whatever you want. You see he's moving shoulders up all the way this far. I actually didn't take off all of this. I have no really reason to. I mean, he could have had a red shirt or maybe just the suspenders which he had at the end of the movie when he went to the alternate 1985 at the end of the first one. His dad actually stood up the Biff. You actually can have that one. But next time I'm getting into some posing. And actually getting into my first pose, and I actually tried to recreate the pose that's actually on all the covers and stuff. It's actually kind of hard. You don't have the DeLorean, you don't have his glasses or anything like that from actually stand on, but I tried to recreate that as best as I possibly could. As you can see him actually right here, I'm actually standing on top of the base. Actually, I just switched out the base with that one instead of that waist clamp grabber stupid thing, which I absolutely hate. But I just wanted to switch it out actually with this actually waist grabber thing. But I think I did a pretty good job of trying to recreate that with him actually on there. And actually, this is actually the first pose I actually put him in. He's just an amazing figure. I mean, with me being a huge fan of this is my favorite Hot Toys figure in my collection now. I'll definitely say that. Out of all the Marvel, Star Wars, DC figures that I actually got, this is actually the first one that I got that's not Marvel, Star Wars, and DC. So that's great to actually do something different inside my collection. Something brand new with a different license. I hope Hot Toys can continue this. But next I will get to my next pose. And actually getting into my second pose, I actually have him with his book bag on. I'm trying to get this look more natural. It's really hard to, I think it's really hard to actually do that. Just to me personally, so it's puffed up a little bit. Seems like it's puffed up a little bit more than what it should be. But she has a Walkman on, which I actually put inside his pocket, which you guys put inside his pocket, which is more great detail. I actually have him riding on his skateboard like he did inside the beginning of the movie. Trying my best to make the book bag lean down more. I don't know if I gotta take the puff that's in it. Maybe that's the reason it's puffing up a little bit more. I actually looked at the promo pictures and it's actually probably down more than that. But this looks great. Look like he's actually going to school with his Walkman on. I'm actually riding his extra skateboard. He stands up pretty nice without the base. It seems like you might not even need the base. It stands up pretty nice. The ankles are perfectly fine. We actually get into pose with Einstein. And this is a great shot from actually with Einstein, actually holding Einstein right here, as you can see. Now he's actually had his hand over him like he always does in his movie, petting Einstein, right before Einstein became the first time traveler. And actually, I'll be getting to another pose with him with Einstein. And actually having him with another pose of him actually standing with Einstein, actually holding the camera, like he's leaning off to the side, about to record Doc Brown. Actually right here. And just great, both of these two together, just him standing next to it, just adds even more to what the character already is. I think, me personally, just adds even more to the character. Yeah, and getting into another pose, you actually have him actually recording Doc Brown with him actually holding the actual camera up when he's actually first recording him and actually switching it up. A really shocked look on his face with him actually first holding the camera and the DeLorean actually passes by him through. I can't wait till I get to get to Doc Brown and I can actually have them posed up right next to each other, actually together. I think that would be great. From actually holding the camera and Doc Brown having that really wide open, wide mouth shocked look on his face. And actually pretty much the same pose, just with his hand more relaxed. And next up, I'll get into my last and final pose of this Marty McFly figure. So this pose, you actually see I love you, 555 4823. From actually holding his book bag. I'm actually getting the letter from Jennifer. This is a great pose. One of my this is actually my last and final pose of this figure. See just how great this looks. I mean, from the accessories to the posing that you would have on this figure, everything about it is just great about this figure. I'll definitely recommend picking this up if you're a Back to the Future fan, or if you just want something different from Hot Toys. Even if you're not a fan, you just want something completely different and a really cool, great figure. But I definitely recommend actually picking this up. You can see right here, getting some more shots of him, some shots of the back of him. And actually wrapping this video up of this Marty McFly with Einstein. Absolutely love Back to the Future. Love this art box I actually have in the background. Love this figure. I mean, it's not much more I can say about this. It's my favorite figure in my collection. I can't wait till they come up. I can't wait till they come up with the rest of the Back to the Future line and everything like that, with the rest of the DeLorean and the rest of the figures. Hope we get more characters from it like Biff. But I hope you enjoyed this video of this unboxing and review of this Marty McFly figure with Einstein collectible set 1/6 scale figure by Hot Toys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.